September 17th, 2023, we watched the Chargers play the Titans in Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, and they lost 24 to 27 in overtime. This was just the beginning of one of the most excruciatingly painful seasons of my life, and but it was just the start of something good later to come. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Nissan Stadium was a lot cooler than I feel like people give it credit for. I have where I'm from. I have quite a few friends
Wait a minute! Who are you?
that are Titans fans. When I told them I was going to see Nissan Stadium, they were kind of just like, "Good luck, have fun. The stadium's trash. They just need to burn it down, start over." And so my expectations weren't very high when we went, but after I went, I was kind of like, this isn't even the worst stadium. Like Soldier Field was way worse than this. Um, but yeah, so I don't know, but it is an older stadium, but it's far from the worst. Uh, the walk to the stadium when you like take the pedestrian bridge is awesome. Like you watch this, you can see the stadium the entire time you're on that walk, and it's just really cool. I like the architecture of Nissan Stadium. I know it's like not a new stadium, but it's also not really old. But I like the architecture of it. I like the like open end zone look to where you can see kind of what's in the area. The stadium is on the river, but it's not like a baseball game where you can see the skyline or any attractions normally. So that isn't really something I'm going to give it credit for. But where I will give it credit for is it's next to almost everything. It's in downtown Nashville. I've seen some people talk about the stadium and say that it's next to nothing. There's nothing else to do around the stadium. And I'm just like, have you guys even been? Nashville has like all these like country music stars that just build bars and restaurants, and it's like right next to Broadway. You're like not even a half mile walk. It's like 10 minutes and you can be in any bar that you want to be or do almost anything that you could do in any other city, and it's all right there. Uh, so yeah, I don't understand why people give this stadium such flack. Like it's around a lot. It is old, but it's not like a terrible stadium. Now they do need a new stadium, but people acted like the like pictures and videos that you see of the Commanders Stadium all the time, where people are like the bleachers are falling and then people are crashing 8, 9, 10 feet into concrete, and it's far from that. Are the seats awesome? Like no, but it is an older stadium, not new. So you kind of got to give it credit where it's due and knock it where it's not. And I don't think the stadium's that bad. It's far from the best, but we ended up going back and forth on this one, and we ended up giving it a 6.2 on the stadium score, uh, just because there's a lot of other attractions. The stadium is not that bad. I don't care what anybody says. It is not this atrocious stadium like people say. Uh, it's mapped out relatively well for being like a 30-year-old stadium. It's not like super hard to get around or anything. And there's space to where you're not constantly bumping into people if the concourse level is completely full. Um, Also, the stadium being like underground, like the field, is really cool. Just walking in, like right where like all the concourse level is, that's kind of like where you walk into the stadium. It's just open, and then you like either walk down into the 100 section seats or you take staircases up into the 2, 3, 400. I don't know what sections they have, but yeah, this stadium was. I don't know if it's just because I had it in my mind that the stadium was just going to be awful because I had Titans fans telling me that the stadium sucks. I will say I can't wait for their new stadium because I think it's going to really give all the other stadiums a run for their money. But this stadium isn't that bad, and I don't know if I liked it because everybody was telling me that the stadium was awful and you're just gonna hate it and don't even go. And I get there and I'm just like, it's kind of like everything else. The seats wrap around everywhere, but the concourse is cool. I like the way they do their video board in the end zone. It's just this huge video board. Um, so yeah, this stadium is a lot better than people get it credit for, and I don't have much bad to say about it other than it's far from the worst, but it's not the best. There are stuff that like the seats could be more comfortable, the aisles could be wider, stuff like that, but it's kind of nitpicky. It's not the best stadium, but it is far from the worst. And I think you Titan fans need to be more appreciative of the stadium that's coming because if I hear you guys talk shit, more shit about new Nissan, I'm gonna come down there and straighten you guys out.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Fans while we were there was like nothing good, nothing bad. Like I don't we got heckled a little bit when we went into overtime and Chargers got the ball first. They went 3 and out, and I was just like, let's just start leaving. We got a little bit of a walk, get back to the car and whatnot. When we the whole game, we did not get heckled at all. But when we walked up those stairs, that's when everybody started heckling, and I kind of hated it. Like, just heckle me the whole game. Don't don't start when we're already out of it, which we weren't out of it. The Titans could have very easily not went down the field, which they ended up doing and kicking a field goal to win, like with seconds left in overtime. But they're like, other than that, we did not have a good or a bad experience. The fans, I feel like, did not cheer at all, which was this the year that they just like made the playoffs and Derrick Henry rushed for 2,000 yards, and I was just kind of weirded out there that they weren't more like supportive of their football team. But nothing bad. We ended up just giving them a flat score of a 6 just because of they didn't really cheer. They weren't like super nice. They weren't mean. They weren't like anything. It was just kind of like an average fan experience. It was almost like you were at church and you got some people that cheer and praise everything that the preacher says and other people that just stand there and do nothing. That's almost what it was. But more people were standing there doing absolutely nothing, not cheering for a first down, not screaming at the top of their lungs when the Chargers were on offense. It was just kind of like the atmosphere was kind of weird.
Still to be happy about.
And the fans weren't like really nice or really mean. We didn't have a bad experience, but we didn't have a good one. And that's all I really have to say about that. Concourse and Food, when we went, people kept on telling us that, hey, the wait times are atrocious. Don't even try anything. The food sucks anyways, which it did. I won't lie about that. The food was not very good. Now, was it worse than the 2 teams we went to before? It was worse than the Colts, but it was better than the Bears. And the only reason I'm going to say it was better than the Bears is because the Titan dog, their like little specialty hot dog that they have that's just special to their stadium, was really good. And we wanted to eat about 15 of them. We ended up only eating one. But that saved the whole thing. The pizza that we got, Abby wanted pizza for some reason when we went. I don't know if it was just a craving or what, but that pizza it was like someone just took a tortilla shell, a soft one, put some pasta sauce on it, some cheese, and threw it in the oven for a little bit, and said, "Here you go. Here's a pizza." It sucked. It was awful. I don't spit much out. I spit that out.
I give this a 0.0.
But the Titan dog was really good, and we ended up giving this a score of a 5.5 just because of that. The wait times weren't long. We kind of got in, got out. I like the on the end zones where there's like houses or whatever where they're just like sitting there. I don't believe I have any pictures of it. I'll look again before I post this, but I felt like that was kind of a cool touch where they were almost like advertisements for local companies, and they would set up some like restaurants in them. So instead of just a cart for a hot dog stand, they would have like an actual built front, and that was kind of a nice little touch. But yeah, for Concourse and Food, it was kind of just like pretty bad. But that Titan dog was awesome, and I want to drive down to Nashville just to buy one right now.
Big bag, big bag.
Value for Nissan Stadium, we ended up giving this an 8.3. I believe this is the same score we gave the Colts. Mainly it was just for how cheap the tickets were. We spent $240 for 2 tickets, and we sat in section 113, row L. So, like, what, 15 rows up, and we were 2 aisle seats just right there. And the 240 was the majority of our $631 that we spent. Like the second highest thing we spent was gas driving down there, $108. Oh, that's not true. We spent 163 on food in total for 2 days. Like, you can't go anywhere for 2 days right now for that cheap. And we went to a football game and watched a just atrocious outing by the Chargers, but it was worth it. Like, I didn't think Nissan was half bad. Like, yeah, I would have liked it a little bit more if Chargers would have won, but typically when the home team wins, you get to see the full like aspect of the like fan atmosphere, and we knocked the fan atmosphere because I don't feel like they really cared that they won. But the value was really good for this trip, and I'm sure it's not going to be like that next year or the year after when new Nissan opens up. So if it's a stadium you've wanted to go to and your team is the Titans, or you want to go to the stadium, I would do it before the new one opens up, because them prices ain't going to be that cheap for that long. So I would sneak over there and see one, or just wait and go to the new one, because I think the new stadium is going to be really, really good. But I don't think the old one was bad. It's a lot better than people give it credit for. Our total for the stadium was a 6.65. Not good, not bad, kind of average. Just, I think it's fine. I think you could do without getting a new stadium, but you're getting one, so it is what it is. So yeah, that's our review on Nissan Stadium. If you haven't went, I'd go before the new one opens up. If you want to have value in going, or if you're just going just to see a stadium, just wait and check out the new one when it opens. Our next one we're talking about is US Bank, the Viking Stadium. We literally went to the week after this one. So tune in for the next one, which I hope to get out in a few days. I'm probably going to record it right after this one. So be on the lookout. Have a good one.